Hey, this is the CCO Podcast, episode 356. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan, and we're going to continue the arc of Brando's in Charge by talking about the most powerful value creature in all of Magic. Now, hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole ton is going down. We are back with another episode of the Arc of Brando is in Charge with a Brando-created super-duper deck that has a card at the front of it that has a picture I really like on it. We're going to talk about the most powerful creature per mana cost in the history of the game. Before we get to any of that, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com. They are your source for all of your gaming needs.
Very much so. And
there's more?
Fusion did it again.
Oh, what did you?
So I puts an order in.
Uh-oh.
And not 3 days later, I got it.
Oh, wow.
So this is what I did. I put an order in.
Okay.
I used CCO Slam promo code.
Right.
That's key. That's key. They know that you're a member of CCO Nation when you use the promo code, and I'm not going to say they give preferential treatment.
I will say they give preferential treatment because they do.
And part of said preferential treatment is a 5% discount, and you were going to buy that stuff anyways.
Yeah.
So you might as well get a discount. Now,
priority order fulfillment, save money, get the cards you were buying anyway, and support the show.
You say, Ryan and Brando, what if I live in the land of the free or outside of Canada, the Great White North, Moose Country, and I want sealed product? What if I want to buy a booster pack or a booster box
at
at 5%? Or what if I want to use CCO Perks promo code and get 10% store kickback when I spend $100 like on a booster box? What do? Well, we have got a deal for you. This is what you do. Get in contact with Brando through the Discord, through email, through at CCO Brando on Twitter. You say, Brando, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to buy a booster box. I'm going to get it sent to your house.
Yep.
Brando will then open it on the BBO of CCO, where he opens booster boxes on the Commander Cookout YouTube page, and he shows off the cards.
Yep. And instead of getting them to send me the worst box they have, like I do for myself, I'll get them to send me a good one.
Hey, that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. That is extra preferential treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he'll open them. We'll do a video, so your booster box will be immortalized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you get a discount, and then Brando will send you the cards. It's a good deal for everybody.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Booster boxes are fun, eh?
They are pretty fun, yeah.
Did you see the latest BBO of CCO?
Sure did. I was on it.
Oh, I suppose.
Made it.
Does that count as seeing it?
I mean, I saw it from a different angle than anybody else will see it.
In the universe?
Yeah, like I saw the little red light on the camera.
Wow.
And yeah, I saw myself reflected in some glass, so I knew if I was making any funny faces and stuff.
What it would be like to be you.
It's pretty neat.
Huh?
Yeah. Your knees hurt a lot, though, because I wasn't very nice to them.
Knees, yeah. My left hip sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Popped earlier.
Yeah, it did.
I thought you dropped something on the floor.
That was my right hip. Sometimes I get a cramp in my side when I sit on the toilet too long. It's a whole thing.
You know what you can do while you sit on the toilet for too long? You can ponder decisions in your life and about how maybe your Magic game isn't pimp enough. And you can then head over to geekwood.ca and you can use special promo code CCO Podcast, save 10% off your dice towers, your super cool dice with little neat things in them like frogs or eyeballs or like little flower things.
Yes.
Or like super cool dice sacks, I'm going to call them. Lots of cool stuff from Geekwood, and you can pimp your game outside the game.
I like working with those guys. They're very willing, like Fusion is, like everybody that we work with, is very willing to collaborate. So in the future, I guess working with a real medium that people actually have reverence for, like wood, because they work in high-end wooden gaming products is why they're called Geekwood. Mm-hmm. It takes time to finesse and learn kind of the limitations for what we want. So I know I keep teasing it, but I hope we can get something set up with them soon.
And I'm not going to say that they will also give you preferential shipping treatment if you use the promo code, but I'm totally going to say that they will give you preferential shipping treatment if you use the promo code.
I like that. If they see the promo code come in, they know that the boys are good guys. Now, speaking of
good guys?
good guys.
Ah.
We have a couple patron thank yous to give out. So we got one increased patron and one new patron over at patreon.com/CCO Podcast. One of the benefits, of course, is Discord access, preferential deck usage on the show, chatting with us, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and we are looking still for more Phyrexian themed things from this new set. So if you have any ideas, send them in. We got the 2 requests that I made. But if you've got a cool idea, cool deck, keep sending them in. We got time.
We've got deck building channels on the Discord. You just at CCO Brando in there so he sees them, picks them up. We're going to do them. He's in charge this month. The new patron and the increase.
Okay.
The increase. Big Booty Tanuki.
I like that guy.
He's bigger Booty Tanuki now.
Yep.
Or he's more Tanuki-y.
Sure. He can stay a statue longer.
Bigger in the booty, though.
For sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's just how life works. Your booty will eventually become bigger. That's just how it is.
Yes, unless you're like me and you stop being an athlete full time, therefore you stop running and pushing heavy sleds and stop working out.
But as you get older, your ass is going to sag and you'll look bigger.
I think it's still going to get smaller. I got lots to lose there still. Pretty muscly.
Give it time. Give it time.
Give it time.
Yeah.
Your butt will sag.
Yes.
So will yours, Tanuki. Next patron. Gustavo Meza. M-E-Z-A. Meza?
Gustavo Mesa?
Maybe it's Gustavo. Ooh. That I don't know if that makes him sound more or less like a vampire. Gustavo.
That doesn't sound like a vampire at
Doesn't
all.
it?
Nah, Gustav isn't a vampire name. It's I don't know what kind of name that is. Mad scientist, maybe?
Gustavo.
Like,
you
it
ever
sounds
see
like
the show Cyber 6 on Teletoon?
Yeah.
That guy. I know
You're asking
that
me if I've ever seen a cartoon?
I know that his name wasn't Gustavo. The bad kid. The kid's name. Oh, the kid's name. Whoa.
It'll be on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. What you fucking should be?
Yes. Joe works hard.
Yes.
And he had to look up Cyber 6. He probably didn't know what it was.
He might.
They only did one season. Very good. Would recommend.
I feel like if you know what Ultimate Frisbee is, you should know what Cyber 6 is, because you know about obscure things.
Ultimate Frisbee is very, very mainstream.
Nah.
There's a world championship. There's no world championship for Cyber 6 watching.
There's a world championship for actually everything. And we know that. Have you not seen Power Slap? And I will never not say it like that when referring to it for the first time.
Gustavo Meza needs a nickname.
Oh, right.
Oh, could we make an Arid Mesa joke?
What about Goop Stuff Mesa?
Oh, yeah, goop stuff.
Goop Stuff. I like Goop Stuff. Yes. Goop Stuff Mason. Like somebody who built, like a mason who builds things out of goop stuff.
Goop stuff.
Goop
That's
Stuff Mesa.
kind of a little bit dirty, though. Without being dirty, that's my favorite kind.
Yeah, you could probably not Google that if you wanted to. Or you could, and you'd end up with something like, oh, here's somebody that builds things out of GAC. Remember GAC?
I do remember GAC.
If you remember Cyber 6,
you can't
remember
Google GAC anymore, though.
You can't?
I wouldn't if I was you.
GAK was a children's toy. I guess.
Those kids have all grown up now.
And they love GAC.
Don't Google that.
No.
Don't Google that.
No.
Okay, last thing, something that you can Google.
Ooh.
Something that you can Google if you plain old Google, just Google search bar Commander Cookout. You know what comes up now?
What comes up now?
Literally all of the Commander Cookout best stuff.
Oh, sick.
The new website, links to Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google, our Twitter, our Facebook. It's all indexed. It's all on Google.
Ooh.
You can find the website easy. And I'll add that people have been telling me the new website not only is an upgrade visually, it's far easier to use because you can add all the new CCO merch into a cart, pay one time, get a reasonable as I can shipping rate. Sorry, fuel surcharges from Canada are like a real kick in the nuts. But
still less than the surcharge that they give you when you order a secret layer to Canada, though. So
that was what I was going to say. We will, as of next week, have the CCO playmats. So those people who are waiting for playmats, t-shirts, and hats and stickers all in one order to bundle and save on shipping the most next week, because CCO hat shipment 2 or production 2 in the works. I'll pick them up next week. Playmats delivered to Brando's house next week. T-shirts in stock. Stickers in stock. You can go there. You can get all of your stuff. Final piece of podcasting business. Spice calculator added to the site. If you go over to the navigation bar and enter more, lots of people are asking, where's the spice calculator? Where it is? Where? It's right on the site. You can just enter your numbers right into the site. Anthony Bockley helped me set that up, and it'll just return immediately in real time your thing. And you can even print your spice calculator for your deck if you want to print it and then have us sign it or whatever.
That's fun.
You can even download the document if you still want to do it that way. And then you can have it forever, and you don't even need internet access.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
And that sounds complicated, man. Like, I don't know.
So easy. So easy. We'll do it on the show today.
Oh, okay.
It's in real time. It's so easy.
Okay.
Final piece of podcasting business for real this time.
Uh-huh.
You know we're all booked up for CCO Experience Vancouver.
Oh, yeah. You know where we're going to go?
Vancouver.
Convention Center.
Yes.
You know what the convention center is near? The ocean.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
I'm going to drink an ocean's worth of beer.
Me too. Possibly near the ocean.
It's a good idea. The ocean. It's going to inspire me.
Dude,
I'm going to put more water into my body.
Here's
The ocean is going to.
Here's the question.
You
Do
know,
I reverently reach out and touch the waves for the first time in my first ocean experience?
You've never been to the ocean?
No. That's why it's such a big deal for me.
Oh.
Or
I never knew that.
do I have several drinks and stand on like a beach and pee in it?
We won't.
What?
We won't be by a beach.
Or do I stand near the
be,
pier and pee off of it?
The pier.
Down in the comments below, should I touch the water reverently or should I pee in it?
You won't be able to touch the water.
Oh, I can touch it.
Okay. Well, we'll do our best. The podcasting business that I was going to say is we're all booked up for Vancouver. March 10, 11, 12. People always contact me. They always say, hey, where's this thing that you guys keep... Vancouver, March 10, 11, 12. That's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's free to get in the door. You should buy a commander package so you get the vouchers to play. They return you booster pack, promo, and prize ticket.
Yes.
We are going there with our Patreon supporters. It is sold out. The house is going to be fantastic, though smaller than previous ones.
That's okay.
But we do have some budget for some CCO gifts, some dinner.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's going to be good. And, of course, there's infinite budget to have tons of fun whenever the F we want, which is all the time.
Correct.
The reason I'm bringing all of this up is because people are asking about Minneapolis and especially about Vegas. Planning will start for Minneapolis, which is in May, right directly after Vancouver.
Like the day after we get home.
Most likely,
Like
actually.
not the day we get home, but the next day. Because we need a day off.
No days off.
Day off.
I've toxic workaholic. No
Who
days off.
is in charge of this?
Me.
Me?
After Minneapolis, the day after,
The day after the day we get home.
planning for Vegas will start. So I just wanted to put that out there. I've received the messages, the Discords, the tweets, the patron messages. I've received them all. I have a loose idea of numbers on those two events. Both of them will be big experiences. So if you want to be in on it, everybody's welcome, whether you're a patron or not. You can come and find us at the event. We'll have signs, banners, whatever they let us have, we'll have.
Yeah.
Stickers, people playing outside, people drinking beer in the commander area. Cannot confirm nor deny that will or has happened. But everybody's welcome to that. And we'll sign stuff, and we got stickers and tokens and everything, and it's fantastic.
Super good time.
I can't sell merch at those events, but I will have some for the patrons that will be present in the house, because that part is limited to Patreon supporters. I'm going in depth because I've been asked a whole ton about it recently. That part is for Patreon supporters, as one of our biggest and most sincere thank yous that we can give to our supporters is to offer them the beds and the houses and stuff in those events, because it's probably more fun than staying in a hotel.
Everything's more fun than staying in a hotel.
And it is quite a bit cheaper because we split the cost of usually a pretty big house.
Going to a casino and just trying to party and drink the whole time so you just don't sleep, so you don't have to stay in a hotel, more fun than staying in a hotel.
Ooh, yeah.
I would rather sleep on the grass in front of a hotel than stay in a hotel.
God, I wouldn't recommend that.
No, I wouldn't either.
No.
I would not either.
No.
But you know what? I'd rather do it than pay $800 a night to sleep in a hotel.
Hey, that's a good idea. Speaking of good idea, let's check one more thing. Got the spice calculator, got the website, got the patrons covered. We have a booster pack game pack to give away. Last thing of the day. Last week, Skrelv's Hive was the card.
And people got it. They got it.
Of course they did. They always get it.
They always damn get it.
MtG Penguin Dragon. Tell him how he wins.
So you win by getting the question right and then putting it in a comment on the YouTube video on the pre-show. How you claim your prize is you send an email with your actual real name or your YouTube handle, whatever.
It's fine.
With your address along with postal/zip code or whatever you have in whatever country you're in. Then you say that you won. Then you say whether you want the sticker pack or the actual pack of magic cards. Token packs will be replenished when we can.
Yes.
Because there's 2 tokens missing. Honor system, or you blow it for everybody, and nobody wants that. Because this is fun, and we like doing it too.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it for us, okay?
No. Deck.
We are doing...
Oh, wait, hold on. That is MtG Penguin Dragon. It'll be on the bottom of the YouTube video.
Yes.
Joe always puts it there because he's a good guy.
Yep. Normally, I'd make fun of that, but I actually kind of like... I'm picturing what a penguin dragon would look like right now, and it's pretty funny. So, and a little waddling dude, and he's got his little lizardy wings, right?
And it looks like you can blast your head off with fire.
Yeah, but he's got this crazy mean head. Lots of frills. And a couple of, like those like spirally horns.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I didn't picture
for
that.
sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, I went in depth. I go in depth when I picture things.
You were talking super metal. You got super metal art listed here.
Yeah, I do. Ria Ivor, Bane of Butthole.
Ria Ivor, Bane of Butthole.
That's right.
Give her a read.
3/4 for Orzhov and 2, so you know that I had a tricky time building this because there's no red and there's no green. Got Battle Cry. That's when you attack. Other creatures that are attacking get +1/+0 until end of turn. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you pick a target creature. And then the next time that creature would deal combat damage to a player, you prevent all that damage and make that many 1/1 white artifact Mite creature tokens with Toxic 1. Can't block.
Target creature would deal damage to a player.
Yep. Doesn't.
To one or more players. It doesn't. And then you make that many
little bros.
1/1 bros with Toxic.
And can't block.
Don't care.
Yes.
Fucking block.
No.
What is that?
Yeah,
Never heard of her.
Blocking is for the weak.
Yeah, blocking's for losers.
Yes.
Okay, and you said it's got Battle Cry?
Yep.
Okay, so whenever this creature attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn.
That's what I said.
Oh, you said that part? Okay.
Yeah, I haven't explained it. Yep.
So you would try to hit with a big guy.
Yep.
And then say, just kidding.
Yeah, lol.
Prevent it. I'm going to get like 10 mites, let's say.
Yep.
5 mites. 5 mites.
Yeah.
Because next turn then, you attack with Ria Ivor, and then they all get +1/+1. So now you got, or +1/+0, and now you got 2/1 mites. But Toxic doesn't scale like that, though.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
Okay. So you do want to hit with a big guy to make as many mites as possible.
Yeah. Then you win with the mites. We're memeing and dreaming at the same time.
Memeing and dreaming.
Why would you hit somebody for 60 and just kill them like a loser when you could make 60 little dudes and kill everybody at once on the next turn?
Well, on the next turn.
Next turn.
Are we going to have to solve for that or protect ourselves?
Absolutely not. Well, we're just going to put it in the wind and hope nobody hits it with a sledgehammer.
We could probably strategically attack in such a way that we get 10 mites attacking one person, and then the other people are getting attacked with enough that Battle Cry triggers kind of take over and we get combat damage kill, right?
Maybe.
So we could have, I'm just thinking for Spice Calculator. Remember we said we were going to do that? Number of dedicated win cons is one of the things that checks on how spicy your deck is.
If you give up on the meme, you will be able to combat damage somebody to death.
Okay, so what's the meme is toxicking people to death?
Of course the meme is. The meme is being able to just waste them with combat damage, But then you don't.
But you don't.
Instead, you get them the next time.
So you would be memeing in a spicy way if you not only got 1 or 2 people maybe with toxic damage in one swing.
Oh, yeah.
And then still had enough to get somebody with combat damage.
And you're still just destroying somebody who's just a big dude. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2 win cons.
Yep. Also, you can win with this deck. It's not easy to do, but you can do it without even attacking not one time. You can poison the whole table to death.
Oh.
Thanks, all will be one.
Okay. Let's flip over to cards. Let's do that. Let's go through the deck quickly so we have time to do the spice calculator.
Let's do that, yes. Okay, Ron, we're going to start with the ramp cards.
Oh, I got you. Okay, Orzhov Signet, Arcane Signet, Glistening Sphere. That's a toxic 3-drop mana rock thing that gives you 3 mana if somebody has 3 or more poison counters, right?
It also proliferates when it comes into play.
Very good. Soul Ring Expedition Map, which is $4. You should get them before they go up. Black Market, which gives you black mana during your main phase for every creature that's died so far. Ashnod's Altar. I wonder if we're going to combo with that.
No.
Oh. And Cryptghast, which is a swamp doubler.
Yes.
Sure. I want to go real quick to the tutor and draw section. I have a little underrated card here called Siphon Mind.
My favorite black card draw spell.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, it gets worse when more and more players die because it says each other player discards a card. You draw cards for each card discarded this way.
And here's why this is good. Because you always kill everybody at the same time. So you're always going to draw 3.
Oh, that's a good way to look at that. Phyrexian Arena, Skull Clamp, Loran of the Third Path, which lets you and target opponent each draw a card at the same time. It's a 2/1 vigilance for 3. When it enters the battlefield, you gank a artifact or enchantment.
Yeah.
That's a good card. Hard to find, already expensive because it's good. Enlightened Tutor, there's your 1 tutor. Yep. Esper Sentinel, which lets you draw cards.
You
That's
could
fine.
probably cut Ristic Buddy for something else, but it's what I had kicking around.
Yeah, very expensive, $35. And then a Tevish Zat.
Hell yeah.
Doom of Fools, which I assume is +1 or his +2 lets you draw cards.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. You can make dudes or you can sack dudes, draw 2 cards, which is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Also, I forgot to mention this off the top. One of the things that I did when I was constructing this deck is I tried to use as many cards as I could from the new set to show off what the new set's doing.
Yep.
And when I couldn't, I tried to pick things that were kind of Phyrexian themed or little Easter eggs from the story. Like I think Tevish Zat was involved in the initial war with the Phyrexians, right?
Nope.
Didn't he turn his back on everybody?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
he was there. So there's lots of that kind of stuff going on where I could find it.
Neat.
Yeah, so I did my best to do that. There are some glaring omissions maybe, from cards that should be in here, but I wanted to find stuff that was kind of flavory where I could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the protection section.
The protect sec. We're going to start with Vat of Rebirth.
I have no idea what this card does because it's brand new.
It's an artifact for black. Whenever another artifact or creature is put into a graveyard from play, you put an oil counter on it.
Oh, a counter that maybe, I don't know, we could proliferate.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we can. And then for black 2, you can tap it, remove 4 counters, put a creature from your bin into play at sorcery speed.
Okay.
Yeah, so your dudes are dying, you can get them back.
If you're proliferating, you can get it back faster.
Correct.
Cool.
We have Fell the Mighty.
That kills all big creatures.
So you target a Mite, because it kills all creatures with power greater than target creature's power. So you target a Mite, kill everything, poison them all to death.
All your mites are left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Right,
that.
that's
Okay.
smart. Hour of Reckoning.
Destroy all non-token creatures.
Yeah.
Mites happen to be tokens.
Oh, whoops.
It also has Convoke, so if you had a bunch of mites that were summoning sick, you just tap them all to help pay the 7 mana Hour of Reckoning cost.
Or your non-token creatures are going to die anyway.
Yeah.
Heck 'em.
Screw them.
Legions to Ashes.
Exile target non-land permanent opponent controls and all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent.
Yeah.
That'll get creature tokens. That'll get treasure tokens.
I like that one. I'm not sure if it's underplayed per se, but I like that card. You don't see it very often.
It feels very much like Maelstrom Pulse, and it's also a sorcery like Maelstrom Pulse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can play it in Orzhov decks.
Yeah.
Profane Procession. I like this one.
This is an enchantment for 3, but you got to tap black, white 3, exile target creature. Then if there are 3 or more cards with Profane Procession exiled, you transform it. How do you transform on Moxfield? How do you do that?
I don't know, but it turns into a land that taps.
Hit that button that you were literally just mousing over.
Is that a button?
Yes.
Oh, there, look, it flips over. You can make 1 mana of any color, or you can play Orzhov 2 tap, put a creature card exiled with this into play under your control.
It's get her backer.
So you pay 5, wreck somebody's bro, and then later on, if you want, you can get it back.
Oh,
pretty good.
We got a Swiftfoot Boots, we got a Lightning Greaves, we got a Vault of the Archangel. That lets you pay 4, and creatures you control gain Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn.
Yeah,
which
that makes those mites even cooler.
harder to block.
Yes.
You've got a Hushbringer in here, which doesn't even need to be in here. I think you're just obsessed with that card.
I love Hushbringer.
We've got a Victimize, which is a getter backer. A Norn's Decree. Whenever one, this is an enchantment, brand new.
Yeah.
From the All Will Be One commander decks.
Correct.
White 2 for an enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures an opponent controls deals combat damage to you, that opponent gets a poison counter.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's pretty good.
Whenever a player attacks, if one or more players being attacked are poisoned, that attacking player draws a card.
So it encourages people to attack people who have attacked you. They carry your grudges for you.
Hey, that sounds like a Brando card.
Yeah, baby.
Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, Hex Parasite, which removes X poison counters from target permanent.
X counters.
Oh, yeah, X counters. And for each counter removed this way, Hex Parasite gets +1/+0 until end of turn.
So you nuke their planeswalker,
Yes.
make it big, prevent all the damage it's going to do from swinging, and then swing to make mites.
Yeah, and you know what? More things other than planeswalkers have counters than you think.
And there's like +1 counters, there's indestructible and trample, and there's ability counters, there's oil counters now, there's time counters. Like there's so many different kinds of counters, and Hex Parasite can eat all of them.
Yes, and because it's Phyrexian Black and X, you could pay 2 life, make them bigger, pay 2 life, make them bigger, pay 2 life, make them bigger, right? And remove 1 counter here, 1 counter there, 1 counter there, 1 counter there, and spend 5 mana, it's fine.
What's X? You pay 2 life once, and then X and eat them all.
Yeah, I know, but if you gotta remove 1 counter from different targets, what you do is that, because you don't care about life, and then you just give it lifelink with your Vault of the Archangel, or however. If you find that you're paying too much life in this deck, then you just add lifelink in somehow. Mm-hmm. You're playing white-black, may figure it out.
Yeah.
Right? And then you gain all your life back.
Yeah.
Cool.
You heard it here first. We're also the swords can also be good for getting some life back too. You make your dude giant, which we'll get to in a bit, and then you swords your own guy to gain like all your life back.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty solid. Better Wrath of God.
Damn. Flawless Maneuver, which is the white. If you have your commander, it's free to protect all your guys.
Now, why am I playing that, you might ask? Because, that card's really expensive, Brandon. You're just playing all the best stuff. I'm playing Flawless Maneuver specifically so that I can mention the red-white pre-con deck that came out with All Will Be One has swords and path and Flawless Maneuver in it.
Oh,
so
it got a Flawless Maneuver because they can reprint it because it's only $11.
So you can get them. They're available now. If you want to get them, now might be your opportunity. And you get a really cool deck that it goes in too.
And if you live in Canada, you can go to fusiongamingonline.com and use CCO Slam, save 5% off.
Boom.
I'm looking at the camera that's set up and it's not even on.
And the last card in the Protect section is an Eldrazi Monument.
Oh yeah, creatures you control get +1/+1 and have flying, indestructible, and at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice creature if you can't. Sacrifice Eldrazi Monument.
You will, because you're going to be making dudes.
Making bacon.
That's the thing that this deck does, is it makes dudes all day long.
Okay, so where do you want to go?
We're going to talk about making our dude. Let's do the how do we put poison counters on dudes. Then we'll talk about the dudes that will also put poison counters on dudes.
Sure.
So we're gonna.
I feel like that's out of order.
It is, but we're doing it this way because this is how it's on my screen.
Okay.
So we're going to do the venomous section. We're going to start with a new creature called Bilious Skull Dweller.
1/1 for 1 with death touch and toxic. And it's an insect, which I think mites are.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I think there's mites.
They're just mites?
Yeah, there's mites.
That's their creature type?
Yeah, mite.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a 1/1 for 1 with toxic and death touch. That's
good 1/1.
1/1s are getting good. Infested Flesh Cutter.
Oh, infested
Flush Cutter.
Flush Cutter. This is how Phyrexians plunge their toilets.
Yeah.
Or how Brando plunges his toilet after Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Equipped creature gets +2/+0. When equipped creature attacks, create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Mite. Can't block, got infect, toxic 1.
Yep.
Toxic 1, not infect.
And it's got a cute little picture on it with the little mite guys, and they're swarming over the little sword. I like it lots.
There you go.
Prosthetic Injector.
Ooh.
Yeah, that. Nope. Don't Google that.
I need some of that.
It's an equipment for 1, equips for 1, equipped creature gets +0/+2, and has toxic 1. I'm going to critique the art on this because it looks like something that should be on Jin-Gitaxias's sphere, thereby covered with little green lights and all sorts of swervy and curvy and stuff. But it's got a bunch of dross steam coming out of it, so it's obviously on Shieldred's layer, which doesn't make any sense.
Maybe they're
I read too much into this in preparation for the show.
Maybe they're touching tips. That looks like Jin-Gitaxias's dink.
Probably is.
Yeah.
Swamp Mosquito. You thought I was going to not play cards like this. Fool.
A 0/1 flyer for black 1.
Yep.
I think we've maybe played this card once before.
Maybe once.
It's an insect.
Yep.
If Swamp Mosquito attacks and is not blocked, defending player gets a poison counter.
Yes.
If a player has 10 or more poison counters, he or she loses the game.
Correct.
That card is from Alliances.
Man, I hope that they change I hope that they change the poison counter rules to be like 15 or 20 or whatever the hell people want it to be, just so I can play this and put it back to 10. right? Like, is that awesome?
Oh, man.
Okay.
Swamp Mosquito becomes the most powerful infect card. Fucking Swamp Mosquito buyouts. Hey? Oh, man. MTG Finance. We got 10,000% spike on MTG frickin' stocks.com. Get your Swamp Mosquitoes reserve list. They're not.
They're not, yeah. Now, here's a card that I forget about all the time, and I shouldn't. Behind the Scenes.
Yes, this is an enchantment for black 2. Creatures you control have Skulk, which means they can't be blocked by creatures with greater power.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then you can go white 4. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn.
What? Doesn't that kind of like... Well, I guess you swing in, they're not blocked, and then you
pump before combat damage.
Yeah, I guess that
fine. Works.
That's a cool card, though. I like that one.
Yeah.
Crypt Cobra.
This is another poison counter one.
It is.
3/3 for 4 gives a poison counter, right?
If they're not blocked.
Yes.
And look at that Ron Spencer art.
I know, Ron Spencer. I wasn't even going to mention it, but I did notice.
And that does look like something you'd find on Phyrexia, right? It's like a half-completed snake choking a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Man.
right.
Don't Google that. A snake choking a dude?
Oh yeah. Good point.
Yeah, you're envisioning two distinct things. An actual snake choking a guy like a boa constrictor.
Yeah.
But there's also another kind of way a snake can choke a guy. Just gonna throw that out there.
Disseminator Web. Or Decimator Web.
Decimator Web. 4 tap, target player loses 2 life, gets poison counter, puts the top 6 cards of their library into their graveyard.
Yeah.
That's good. That card's good and limited, I'll tell you that much. Remember playing that in original...
yes, I do.
Well, not in Mirrodin Besieged?
Yes, I do. Brando's new waifu on the side, Kinzu of the Bleak Coven.
Give her a read.
She is a 5/4 flyer for 5. Whenever another non-token creature you control eats shit, you can pay 2 life and exile it. If you do, you create a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 that has Toxic 1.
Sure.
We have the Mirex. It's a land that makes mites.
Yep.
Put that in there. White Sun's Twilight. That's an X spell.
That makes mites.
That makes mites or makes mites and then destroys all other creatures.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty good. Then we have Skrelv Defector Mite.
He's the Mite Mander.
He is the Mite Mander.
Yeah, okay. Toxic 1/1/1 for 1. Can't block.
So he's a Mite.
Yes. You go... and his creature type, Phyrexian Mite. Phyrexian White... and tap, choose a color, another target creature you control gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that color. It can't be blocked by creatures of that color this turn.
Do not underestimate this card.
This is
Very
sort
good.
of like Mother of Runes, sort of like Giver of Runes. This card is Mite of Runes.
Yeah.
Do
they call him the Defector?
Mother of Mites?
Is he the Defector Mite because he like who did he betray? Is he a good guy? Are we gonna get another Skrelv card in the inevitable victory of the good guys over the Phyrexians? And there's gonna be like a little Skrelv and he'll have a crown on, And everybody all happy to see Skrelv because he like helped out.
That would be the ultimate meme.
Wouldn't that be cool? I hope that happens.
Oh, man.
It'd be so neat.
Your story made me just want to abandon the joke I was going to make.
Well, then abandon it. And we'll go on to Skrelv's Hive, one of my favorite arts in the whole set.
That's Bitter Blossom, but it gives you mites.
That's right.
Man,
and
people are never going to know what my joke was.
They'll know some of the time. Now, we're going to save the super duper card till the end. Now, I play a Phyrexian Crusader because sometimes you just gotta kill a motherfucker.
With Infect.
Yeah.
Yeah, this card's got Infect. Black won $20 for this.
Yeah.
Black one's Phyrexian Zombie Knight. First strike, protection from red and from white, so you can't target it with Skrelv's ability to give it additional protection.
Right.
And, oh yeah, it's got Infect.
Yeah, so it's got the classic Infect of just like...
If I hit you for 10, you're going to take 10 Infect and die.
Correct. And the last one... Oh, I love this card.
Oh, this is the hint card.
It is. If you guessed from the pre-show yesterday, Serpent Generator.
A $16 Serpent Generator, mind you.
Yes, 16 American. That's like 278 Canadian.
Yes.
It's a plane ticket. Read
Oh,
that.
lol. I can't buy a plane ticket for that much.
Well, maybe in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe in Europe. Serpent Generator. Read it verbatim, Ryan.
Okay. 6 for an artifact. 4, sideways T. That was the old tap symbol. Put a poison snake token into play. Treat this token as a 1/1 artifact creature. If this creature damages opponent, opponent gets a poison counter. If opponent ever has 10 or more poison counters, opponent loses game.
Serpent Generator. Good card. Me like. Me like. Very good.
Oh, 10 to get a 1/1.
Yeah, but what a 1/1. Is now when I tell you about is now where I math the shit out of you and explain to you why the Phyrexian Mite is the best value for mana cost creature ever printed?
Is this our next section?
Nope, I'm just going to tell you this. I'm just going to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to do it. So, we like to talk sometimes like virtual card advantage and whatever. You know, you pay 4 mana to draw a card and do a damage. Is that worth 4 mana in a card?
Yeah.
Right? A Phyrexian Mite has no mana cost.
Yes.
It's a tertiary benefit of playing other cards.
Yeah, you could look at it like that, unless you're playing something like Skrelv's Hive, which is the effect gives you mites over time.
Yes.
And you have to spend a card and 2 mana to do it.
So let's say that a Mite is worth like half a mana.
Sure.
Let's just say, so 2 mites equals 1 mana. Let's just make it easy. Let's just say that.
Okay.
If you damage your opponent with 1/1/1 Mite that costs half a mana, 1/2 a mana, you will be doing an unrecoverable 4 damage to your opponent. Permanent 4 damage for half a mana. That makes it a 4/1.
Because they have Toxic.
4 1s for free.
I do like 4/1s for free.
Is there a more like efficient power for mana cost creature ever?
That's assuming.
People used to pay 2 mana for a Bloodghast, and it only does 2.
Bloodghast costs 1.
No, Bloodghast is 2.
Are you sure?
Black.
Oh yeah, black. Mm-hmm. I didn't see the colorless mana symbol in its mana cost.
Yeah.
I just saw black.
Yeah.
Don't Google that. That's assuming that the Mite is worth half a mana.
Totally is. 100% it is.
I don't know if that's right. But
is.
even if it's not right, even if they're worth a full mana, because look at Skrelv.
But Skrelv has a bunch of
does
other
extra stuff, and he only costs 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if they're somewhere between half a mana and 1 mana, they are somewhere between 2 power and 4 power for free, as long as you have cards that give you them.
Yes.
So they're not free. They still cost cards.
Yeah.
But that's pretty good.
That's a pretty...
You know where my mind goes? And especially in this deck, and I'm in that headspace right now because I'm trying to brew around it. Phyrexian Dreadnought. The 12/12 for 1 where you got to sack 12 power of dudes.
When you build around it, you just put it in there with that land. And it's,
Yes.
The deck's done. Like, that's the whole deck. That's it.
Oh, man. You could put that in this deck. That's a pretty good idea.
Probably could.
If they weren't stupid reserve list, $100. Frick. Okay, let's do some more deck tech.
Okay, here's how we're gonna make said mites.
Okay.
You want to make mites? Let's make mites.
Sure.
Keeping in mind that mites are artifacts,
Yes.
we play a cranial plating.
Cray P.
Yeah. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control.
Lots.
Lots.
And then you prevent that all that damage to make mites.
And you double the number of artifacts you control for next time.
Ooh, what if you play that along with another card that also doubles token production?
Oh, we like Anointed Procession or Mondrak the Glory Dominus?
Glory Hole.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to quadruple or octuple your mites if you have those 3 cards.
Yes, and we are playing Mondrak because it's new, Anointed Procession because that's
because you're playing a token deck.
That's what you'd put in, but I mean that's what you do.
Sure, but you know what you don't do? You don't put Deepwood Legate.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Oh yeah, you do because it's a 1/1 for free. It says 4 at the top of the card, but the first paragraph on the card says, if an opponent controls a forest, which they probably do, and you control a swamp, which you will, you can play it for free.
And it's a 1/1 that says black, Deepwood Legate, gets +1/+1 till end of turn.
That's right.
It's got swamp breathing.
Yeah, you prevent its damage, and you swing in, and everyone's like, oh, fuck, whatever you have, sucker, 8. And then you make 8 mites.
Or 16.
Or 16
Or
mites.
32.
That's right.
Neat.
Yeah, you like that? We're also playing Nakaya Shade, which is the same thing, but
the instant classic from Prophecy.
it's got Ristic swamp breathing. So people can prevent that by paying 2. You go black, +1/+1. And somebody goes, no way, I ain't giving you no mite. You ain't getting no mite, sucker. So they pay 2.
Or they say, well, you're going to prevent all the shade-breathing damage from this to get mites, so I'm not going to pay 2.
That's right. It's perfect.
Yeah, so it's fine either way because they're using all their mana for essentially nothing, or you're just preventing your damage, furthering your strategy. But what if you didn't want to play that political angle, but you still wanted some kind of shade? Who would you play?
I would play Nantuko Shade, sucker.
An actual real classic was a house in standard circa Onslaught block, a 2/1 with shade breathing, insect shade for black.
Cool.
That's a real card.
Let's talk about another shade. Let's do another one.
We have more shades?
We do. We have Misery's Shadow.
Actual real card. 2/2
Oh, yeah.
for black 1 Nantuko Shade. Who?
Yeah.
If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead, and you can go colorless. Misery's Shade gets +1/+1 till end of turn.
Yeah.
So that's like attacking in as like a 5/5 or a 6/6, and you get 6 mites.
Yep.
Or 10 or whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So that's a really good. Those are our shades. That's our shade package. We play a Rogue's Passage to sneak our dudes in.
Oh, we'll be sneaking dudes.
We have a True Conviction.
That gives creatures you control have double strike and lifelink.
Now let me tell you why this is important. Let's say you have a shade with a cranial plating on it. Yep. Keep in mind that Destroyer of Buttholes only says the next time it does damage.
Oh, yeah. I was just reading Ria Ivor says the next time it would deal damage.
So you swing in and you get 16 mites, and then they just take goddamn 16 too.
16 more?
Yeah.
Because you got the mites, and
Yeah.
it's going to deal its damage again.
That's right. See, there's the sneaky ass shit.
Oh, man, that's fantastic.
Because everybody goes, oh, you're going to make so many mites. You go, yeah, I am. I'll just prevent that 16. Take 32.
Oh.